My husband, Ajantus, is kind, forgiving, and observant. I never really could express to him my sorrow or apologize enough for what has been happening in my life. I really don't want to be involved with Sarevok, Irenicus, or these ball-spawn wars, or even being a child of Baal. Though he knows it all as I learned about it and is still by my side. He has his doubts from time to time, but I also had my own issues with being a child of Baal, and with this Slayer curse that can happen if I give in to non-magical fear or despair. He was there for me then to give me loving, supporting counsel, so when he falters now, it is my job to do the same for him. I guess he really does love me, if he's willing to put up with the constant danger from all around us and with the remote possibility of it coming from within. That is what love is, the desire to be there for your partner or friends and family no matter what, to the end, good or bad. I know that I would do the same for him, and even for anyone else within the group. Though of course, my husband would devastate me the most if he were to be killed without any chance of resurrection. I've already faced that from him twice now. Each time, he has somehow come back to me with major effort on my part to do it. I don't want there to be a third time. He's such a good man. I don't know what I would have done without him since we met. Unlike family and old friends, he was an outsider, and didn't have to be there for me, and yet chose to. That speaks volumes about him. So we find ourselves again in a place that promises to deliver death, with no way out but to confront those that have put this place in danger. It seems to be all I do these days, finding and defeating evil people. Tether seems to be rife with it at the moment. Sister Fariel gave me a key to the abandoned jail. Somewhere inside, there is rumored to be a secret area which connects to the castle. The key opens the door across the street, which leads to the abandoned dungeon. The sister also suggested I bring some holy water to battle the undead I will likely encounter. And here's the prison, right across from the temple, but before we go delving in to find this Gromner, find access to him, let's go. Are you seriously selling yourself on the street during the day when catapult balls are raining down on the city? Hey lady, you know any guys who are, any guys who want a good time? My lady, you look young and frightened. There must be another way to earn your living? What I mean is, I'm just saying that. You haven't done this before, have you? Oh, I'm sorry, I just didn't know how else to get your attention. I saw you talking to Melisande. I heard her say you were trying to find Gromner. Please. He had my parents murdered. I want someone to kill that bastard. I'll do what I can. You will? Oh, nothing would make me happier. But how will you get inside the castle? Well, I'm gonna tell her I don't know. I don't know a way. Do you know of a way in? No, I wish I did. There's some people that say that the old prison underground leads to the castle, but they're all sealed up now, just like the sewers. The sewers? Oh, yeah, I guess there is sewer grates here. I heard that some of the army outside the walls tried to sneak in that way, and that's why Gromner had everything sealed up. I wouldn't know how to get down there at all. Well, I'll find a way in somehow. That Gromner killed my parents. He deserves to die. People inside the wall are not a fan of him. People outside of the wall are not a fan of him. Okay, so the tavern is here. Let's go in.
Direct me as you will.
Oh, hello. I'm not looking for trouble, milady. What do you wish of me? What can you tell me anything about Gromner? Gromner? I want no trouble with Gromner and his soldiers. I have nothing to say about them. If that is all, I must go. Please excuse me, I don't want any trouble. Yeah, into the tavern that we're going in. You're a pretty one, aren't you? Look at all these people, huddled together in fear, trying to quiet their desperation by drowning their sorrows in ale. I'm not feeling contempt as I usually do. These are poor souls, trapped in a besieged city with little or no hope. Yes, the situation is most disturbing, with all the projectiles and stones coming down every moment, and explosions at every turn. The impact of such a situation on the untrained mind is not to be underestimated. I have an understanding of how civilians, especially children, suffer immensely, marking them for the rest of their lives. I remember clearly my first night under siege. We were greatly outnumbered, and our hopes of protecting the civilians under our care diminished every hour. Luckily, reinforcements came in time, and we survived, along with many of our charges. Still, I will never forget that night. It changed me, and I am a trained warrior, ready to give my life. What the civilians must have suffered is beyond what I can imagine. I am sure desperation overwhelmed some minds in those hours. We saved their lives, but their souls were not unscathed. I know what you mean. I experienced this too. It was the night I spent alone, after Gorion was killed by Sarevok. Yes, that night must have been quite horrible for you. Well, if that old fool hadn't tried to be a hero, you wouldn't have had to spend that night alone in the wild. You wouldn't have had to spend it there at all. Yeah, you would have killed me. You mock it, but this is serious. I know, Knightling. I wouldn't be here now if it had happened the way I planned it. That night had an impact on you, Orin. Maybe even more than any later events of that kind. Although you probably do not feel it so strongly anymore. After all, you have been through and still have to face. The despair is nearly unbearable. Let us hurry and do all in our power to avert this fate. This makes me doubt my decision to bring Sarevok with us, the way he just behaved. Seeing how we live now, hiding in a dimension of hell, acquiring ever more powerful armor and weapons before proposing to you, I worried about our financial future, knowing that my family would disinherit me if I were to marry you. All those fears I had then seem so naive when I look at our life now. Yes, I know what you mean. Our problems in Am were small in comparison to this. My problems on the Sword Coast were a joke compared to what's happening now, although they might count as defeating my firstborn sibling. Never would I have expected what is happening now, although I know Alundo's prophecies very well. I never expected to be part of them like we are now. I feel frightened and humbled to have such a wife as you, touched by the gods. I also feel strong, having you near me, the source of my strength. I am but a mortal, scared of the divine interference in our lives. You help me deal with this situation. You are rich, beloved Orin, rich in power, in grace, in beauty, in pureness of heart, in loveliness, and in love. I take heart from your mere presence every day. This burdens you so much. I thank you for being there for me, Ajantis. I will always be at your side, my beloved. He kisses me on the forehead. It is only in case you see me taking longer in polishing and preparing my weapons and armor than I did before, that I sometimes need this vespertine routine to clear my head of the compelling impressions we encounter in our divinely influenced life. It helps me to ease my thoughts and to regain my calm, making me able to focus on the tasks at hand again. Oh, are these soldiers I guess all the soldiers that we encounter are from Gromnir's soldiers, because he's the one in charge of the city. Why don't you come back to the barracks?
It will be done.
Oh, she's talking to this waitress, is she?
Speak, certainly.
I'm not afraid of people like this anymore. Hello?
Something on your mind?
What do you want? Can't you see we're busy with this cute little lass here? He was talking to the waitress. Such insufferableness. This young lady is in need of our help, Orin. Playtime is over. Leave this woman alone. You don't give the orders in this town. We work for Gromnir. Of course you would say that. Guess it's time to remind everyone who's in charge around here. Well, if I must, I guess I'll have to kill Gromnir soldiers, a few at a time. Get my swords out.
I don't like the look of this.
Well, that was so unnecessary. I don't even know where to begin. The fools. But they did drop some nice magical the enchanted equipment. Look at all this. I just have to... Splint mail, well, it's not... It looks nice. It's very ornate looking. Large shield. Well, we can sell all these. A long sword with a very nice enchantment on it. Wow. That might be better than what I'm even using. I don't know. These are, I mean, we're going to be facing undead. Daystar is very powerful against evil. And dead, especially. Evil creatures, not undead, but undead are evil. I guess we could sell this. It just has one magical enchantment to hit and to cause damage. Nothing extra like what my swords have. Full plate mail. It needs to be identified. I don't think this is better than anything that we have. No. I'll just leave it. Mace. Sell all these things. Identify this, please, Ari. Oh, she can't. We'll have to identify it another time, then. Oh, we can sell these items for good coin.
Yes?
You can really hear it outside. That was a big boom.
Without doubt.
Oh, that's even bigger. That hit something outside. Hello, bartender.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Welcome to the Tankard Tree. Would you like to see our services? I can't believe you guys are not sheltering underground, actually, or in the keep. Yes, I would. The siege has somewhat depleted my larders, but you are welcome to whatever I have in stock. Unlike most folks here, I don't blame you outsiders for all the troubles. I would rather sleep in my own pocket realm, actually. Yeah. The thought of catapult, rock, stone coming down and destroying me where I'm sleeping it doesn't make me feel very good. Wow, that's some very nice blades here. Not as good as what we're using, but this katana. We need a scimitar, not a katana. Scimitar. That is really good for Jaheira. We'll get that. Some nice two-handed weapons, but we're already good in that area. Now, do you sell a really powerful bow? Composite longbow, wow. This might be better than what I'm using. This longbow is marked with the seal of a sunburst. It probably once was a bow used by guards in the service of the god Monitor. These guards would use the enchanted bows to keep the priests of that long-dead faith safe. Few of these bows still exist, so they are sought after by many archers looking to improve both their accuracy and their lethality. This bow requires high strength to use. Actually, I think my bow is a little bit better. My bow also has an enchantment on it to help my aim. But they have... What about arrows? Bullets. Very powerful bullets. I've never come across bullets this powerful, actually. Well, I suppose we can always buy these. Harry. You use the most bullets in the group. Really wish I had a quiver to hold all these. Wow. That's cost quite a bit of gold, so... What is this? Scimitar... This might be better than what we just bought, but... A druid and fighter cannot use it. So it's kind of useless, actually, for... It's better, but Jaheira can't use it. The name of this mighty Wujin who fashioned this companion sword is long forgotten. However, the name Yamato, loosely translated, means guardian or defender. The only person I know that could use that sword would be Rasad. But, to tell you the truth, I mean, it's not like an alcoholic, but I think I can use something to help calm my nerves. It is said that the town of Starmantle was half burned to the ground by an unknown army over a month ago, all to get at a ball-spawn wizard in his tower. He was beheaded, so the story goes. Well, this actually is not making me feel any better. But the alcohol is. Several sources claim that a section of the old underground jail was sealed off somehow because it is full of monsters. How they got there, no one is sure. Okay, I'm a little bit tipsy now. It is said that the king and queen of Tether have been extremely busy gathering their own army to counter at least 2 others, which have been ravaging the countryside, not including Gromnir's and the giants' forces. Destruction has been widespread. Yeah, Yagashura, the giants, he's leading the... Apparently there's other giants out there too. The forces besieging this very city we're in, of Saradush. And Ajantis will not touch alcohol. But my brother seems to be eager. A few tales have been circulating that Count Santel is amassing a Tethrian army a day's march away that will soon attack the Giants' army and execute Gromnir's once that is complete. I guess that would be okay, but yeah, we can't rely on rumors. Many ballspawn have been put to the torch elsewhere. In Kalimport, one warrior godchild was hunted in the streets by the forces of a local sultan. Bounties have been placed on many others as well. I can imagine there's a bounty on my head so large that... Yeah, probably about the amount that I have in my own pockets. Our own pockets. Grumners have had wizards seal off the castle gates magically, and not even the servants have been able to come and go. There are some who claim that there is still a secret entrance inside, however. Still talking about the town of Starmantle. Brother is drunk. Everybody seems to want this dragon beer. It actually tastes not bad. One of the better beers I've had. When Gromnir Ilkhan arrived with the remnants of his army, he quickly drove out Count Santel and his forces. The Count wasn't missed, at least not until Gromnir proved to be worse. Oh. So that's what happened. Okay, so this was ruled by Count Santel at one point. I don't really know the area very well where we are. We're south of Am. Talking about more ballspawn being killed. Yep. Most people in Saradush wish that the mage Melisande, who cares for the ballspawn as Elminster watches over those who harp, had brought her chargers elsewhere for their safety. I can see why they would wish that. Wow, I just can't believe the items that he sells here. Alright, so we do need to rest, but I'm not going to rest here, even though they have nice beds, apparently. Jahira, it's a lot of responsibility, isn't it? We have a place in the world I could never have had imagined in the circus, or even among my own people. It is. Does it frighten you? Oh, only a little. I worry that I cannot be in more than one place at a time, and won't be able to help the people who need me most. I worry sometimes that I will sleep through someone's pain when I could have rescued them. And if you could give this responsibility to someone else? I would want people to assist me, but I do not want to give it up completely, if that's what you are asking, Jahira. Do you really think that I am that weak-willed? No, perhaps once, but no longer, Aerie. You have learned hard lessons, but you are stronger for them. Thank you, Jahira. If you don't mind my saying so, I think the same goes for you. I think Jahira was always hard. she didn't have to, she learned lessons at a young age, well before I met her.
What can I... Faster than Chick-Tika Fast Paws.
What is it?
Alright, so we're not going to rest here, but that doesn't mean I can't talk to the people here.
Yep, gotcha.
Come in inside, Imoen, please. Hello?
Without hesitation.
Be merry, friend.
Lousy weather, lousy life. Lousy kids, lousy wife. Well, that sounds like you've got that line memorized. Ah, sister, my murderer. Come to pleasure yourself with the sight of my misery? You're drunk. A drunken rant, eh? This is long overdue. Go ahead, get it all off your chest. I need no shoulder to cry on, whelp. I had so many chances to kill you. Why did I hesitate? It would have been so easy. I waited, let you grow stronger. And now, here I am, your servant. Why did I hesitate? Sorry, why did you hesitate to kill me when you had the chance? Pride, pure and simple. Blind arrogance. Do not let it be your downfall as well. Learn from your brother's foolishness. My life before feels so far away. I led armies. Always was a leader. Only death was strong enough to turn me into a follower. One who follows like a dog. I should hate you for what I've become. You don't hate me. Is that what you're saying? Sometimes when people drink, the truth comes out, so this is my chance to dig into my brother's psyche, I suppose. Of course I do. I would be mad not to, but these failures are mine, not yours. I cannot hate you for them. I'm glad to see you taking responsibility. So glad I have your approval. Life does not feel as alive as it did before, you know. Even this cheap swill does not taste as foul as it should. Actually, it's not as bad as you're trying to make it out to be, but that's okay. The dragon beer is good. I think it might help if you stop feeling sorry for yourself. Do not let me drink like this again. Remind me of this moment. No, honestly, I think I think you could use a few more moments like this. Bah, idiot. You know, I've come to realize that one of us will die soon. Yes, I believe it to be unavoidable. If I must fall again, I hope it is by your hand. None other is worthy. You just called me an idiot. You consider me a weak fool. Now you're calling me worthy. So this must be how you really feel, Sarevok. And if you are meant to fall, I hope by every wretched god listening that I am the one who kills you. Oh, okay. Sarevok, we will both survive this. I doubt that, but perhaps there are worse outcomes, sister. Wow. I think that there was actually a hint of bonding with my brother. Just the slightest hint of it there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.